beautiful spot, Juan.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You're looking at that creek right there.
After hunting here one evening before, I saw deer, and the next morning, same thing. The evening before, I noticed the deer were coming from the north, and they come down. You can see on the bank where they're coming down at, and what they were doing, they were coming down, walking through here, and then going up right where I just came down at.
Right.
So, and then yesterday evening we had a northwest wind, which meant that I had to get on that side, because east is this way, north here the winds be blowing like that. So in order to catch them in here, that's the tree I climbed. The tree was that little one to the left side.
Right.
I was only about 12 foot up there, and I know it'd be maybe a 25-yard shot for catching coming through here. But that's basically all I had, and I feel pretty comfortable taking that shot.
Yeah.
But that's where I was, and they did just what I thought. They came down this bank, but they stopped right on the other side of this tree. It was a big doe and a yearling, and the yearling had a little age to it. And like I said, like I mentioned up there, they smelled something, and something spooked them, and they ran back up and started kind of angling towards me. That's when I took the shot.
Right. Well, that's great. Well, I'll tell you what, this was a classic deal. I don't know if I can zoom good enough to see it, but right up there, it's a lot of water, and that's a beaver dam right there. And those deer, they like electricity. They like the path of least resistance. So they avoid that water, and they come around here on this side of the dam where it's not hardly any water at all. It's an easy crossing. You got a good bank slope. Plus, you got this cow oak right here. It's dropping acorns. You got these water oaks that's dropping acorns. And this whole little sandbar is just tore up with sign. I mean, it's a lot of deer traffic been in here. And it just rained 2 days ago. So when we got here Sunday, it was basically all fresh sign. And it's not only a travel area, but it's also a feed area too. So it was a win-win situation for you.
You're right. And I thank you for bringing me out here and showing me this spot. This is a beautiful spot.
Well, we walked a good 3/4 of a mile to this creek, and this is the only place that showed any signs. So, you know, if it was going to happen in here, it was going to happen here.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I thank you again for letting me have the spot and letting me make the kill.
Oh, man. Hey, I'd like to see you kill one here than me, that's for sure. You did good, Murray.
Well, let's see if we can find it.
All right.
Yeah, I was sitting in that tree right here.
Let me see, Murray, where it is. Using that tree.
The one with that little, they got a smaller tree on the right side of it, kind of.
Yeah, up there where it kind of makes that curve at right there.
I wasn't that high up. You can see where that vine's coming down.
Yeah.
Where it's cut off. I was right there, and the reason I was on it that high because I was watching that creek bottom.
Okay.
Because the deer, I noticed when I was here the other evening, deer coming from this way, and they come out of here, out of these briars, but they had one crossing or two crossings right here. They go in and they follow the canal for about 20 yards and go up the other side.
Yeah.
From that tree, I could see inside that creek real good.
Right.
And this deer came out. It was her and a yearling, a pretty good sized yearling deer, and they went in the creek, and she had take about 2 more steps and she'd have been in position for me to shoot, but something spooked her, something on that side spooked her, and they ran back up the bank, and instead of going back to where they were, they came right here, and she was behind this brush for a good 10 minutes, stomping her foot, looking all up in here, and it was like she was, like I mentioned, she was like walking on hot coals coming through here, and she stopped right here by this white branch, and she was standing broadside, just like this.
I'll be darned.
Maybe a little angle. She was facing this way, so she had a little angle facing towards me, like this. And she was looking around, and I waited till she looked this way. As soon as she looked this way, I shot.
Yeah.
And the arrow went in. It looked to me like in the rib cage, a little bit further back than what I like to hit. But I heard that rib cage thump and found the arrow laying on the ground here with good blood on it. and you looked at the arrow last night and you said you could smell deer death on that arrow. So you're pretty confident that the deer is dead. I'm hoping I didn't hit that area right below the spinal cord or hit in the back straps. But from looking at that arrow again, like I tend to agree with you, it was a good hit, and hopefully we'll find that deer. When I hit her, she came this way, and then she ran like between these trees and went in those briars over there.
Right. Yep. Well, that's where we're gonna have to go to get her, ain't we?
And it's thick in there too.
I heard that. Yep.
A lot of briars that hadn't been used.
Well, you've been there, you know.
Yeah, I went about maybe 120 yards, 100 yards last night looking for this deer, and just blood ran out, and I got a pretty good toilet paper trail where the blood ran out at.
Yeah.
So maybe, and I was on my hands and knees crawling for us a lot of the way, so maybe in daylight we can do a little better. I hope so anyway.
Yeah. I think we'll find her. All right, well, let's go look for her then. Hey, Murray, give me an update.
Well, we've been trailing this doe I shot yesterday evening, right before dark, and I trailed it. You see the toilet paper line. I trailed it for about maybe 170, 175 yards, and I lost blood, and thought maybe I was pushing her, so I just backed out and marked it with the toilet paper. And we're trying to fight our way through these briars right here, see if we could do any good in the daylight hours. But right now we're following this toilet paper trail to the end.
Right. Well, let's go see if we can find her then. I got high expectations, man. This is the first time you hunted in here, and
first time I hunted in here, and if we find this deer, this will be my fourth one this season. God has blessed me with. I've never in my life killed more than one deer before Thanksgiving. If I find this will be number 4.
Hey, man, that's great, huh?
I'm happy as could be.
Well, let's go see if we can find her.
Hey, Warren, like a very famous bow hunting friend of mine once said, these briars ain't never been used, man. We have to get on our hands and knees here a little bit further down.
Hey, whatever it takes, huh? This is that crawl point you was talking about.
Huh?
This is where you had to crawl in here, ain't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't fun in the dark.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, I'm glad it was cold, because I know it looks like rattlesnake territory here. And I don't take too kindly getting bit in the head by a rattlesnake.
I heard that.
But,
and you saw a panther in here the other day,
I saw
too.
a panther, yeah, our first evening. But, yeah, it got a little touchy last night, but, you know, like you say, whatever it takes, man. I have to find this thing.
You got to keep going. Murray, they got a lot of toilet paper right here.
Yeah, this is where I lost the blood last night. The problem is there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trails right here, and I couldn't really tell which trail she took, and I had been tracking for about well into an hour when I got to this point. And I saw some blood splattered kind of high, so I thought maybe she was still running. Maybe I was pushing her, I don't know, so I decided to stop right here. And since it would be pretty cold last night, I knew she'd be all right, and I figured I'd come back this morning and give up a hunt to find a wounded deer. So this is where I lost the trail last night, lost the blood trail last night. Like you always taught me, a wounded deer is going to run usually a lot of times in a straight line, and that would be putting a little bit northeast, right?
Yeah, I checked my compass. I've been watching this trail, and she's headed pretty much northeast. So you got a split right there. Which one's going northeast?
I got a split right here. Northeast actually is about the middle of the two. This trail here looks a little bit better used than that one. I'm gonna go this one here, maybe 15, 20 yards, see if I see anything more. If I don't see any more blood, then we'll come back and do this one.
Good deal.
I got her. I see her. Down, man.
Do you really?
Number 4.
Don't be messing with me now.
No, I got it, Warren.
All right, I'm coming out there.
Yep.
I'll be darned. Hey, look. You got to follow up, ain't you?
See, when I shot her, she was pretty jumpy and like walking on eggshells. And but she was about 18 yards away, and I wasn't too high in the tree because of the way the terrain was. I couldn't get too high because I was covering that creek. And she was about 18 yards from me, this side facing me. And real skitty, like walking on, like I said, walking on hot coals or something. Stiff leggings, sniffing the air. And she couldn't have smelled me. I don't know what she smelled or she thought she saw. And I just waited for the right moment. She turned her head and looked away from me, and I let the arrow fly. Hit a little bit further back than I like to hit him. Went through the ribs. But that's why she went so far. We were about 200 yards now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, last night when I got back and you showed me that arrow, what'd I tell you?
Yeah, you said that's a dead deer. You said you smelled deer death on that arrow.
Yeah, that arrow had death smell on it.
And you were very optimistic, and I was kind of down. I don't like losing a deer.
Yeah.
But you were very optimistic, and you smelled my arrow and said that's a dead deer. We'll find it in the morning.
You know, the arrow, anytime the feathers are all matted down, bloody like that, and the arrow went all the way through, and you're shooting them bare razor heads with the inserts. And even though you said the insert wasn't disturbed, that was a dead deer arrow. I mean, there wasn't no doubt.
I always touch up my broadheads before every hunt. I believe in sharp broadheads.
Right.
And what I had mentioned before, that I'm out here on a hunt with Warren Womack and Lord Fulmer's last name.
Yep.
And to me, that's like a hunt with Fred Bear and Glenn St. Charles. Both of these guys are my mentors, and I prayed last night, God, let me kill a deer with these two here, you know, and here she is. Wish it'd be a big buck, but hey, I'll settle for this.
Hey.
Glad to have her.
Hey, you earned it. You worked for it. You found the crossing and the oak trees and the setup, and you stayed with it. I mean, how many times you hunted? 3 times?
Yeah, that was my 3rd hunt.
Yeah. See, I would have been long gone. I hunt them 1 time and I keep going, but you know, it was the best thing you'd seen, so you stayed with it.
Well, the first hunt, I kind of patterned the deer where they were coming in and out at, and that morning hunt, I didn't see anything, but that evening hunt, I resituated myself to kind of get in the right spot for these deer when they came in.
Right. Outstanding, man. I'm so proud of you. You did a great job. Let me get a little close up here. Hold her head up a little bit and introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to meet number 4 of the 208-209 season for Murray Landry. She's sticking her tongue out at me.
Yeah, I think she's sticking it at me.
Hey, that old hussy need to be killed.
Yeah.
That's a good sized deer too, boy. Great job, Murray. I'm really proud of you. Now you got a little work to do, ain't you?
Yeah. You could turn that camera off while I do this, huh?
Well, you never know, you know. Hey, congratulations, man.
Really, thank you, Warren.
I'm proud of you. You did really good.
You're the one that brought me out here and showed me the crossing, and you talked me into coming back this morning to look for this deer, so
yeah, wait.
Credit goes to you.
You got to follow up. I don't care how bad it looks or how much you try the evening before. But anytime you make a late evening hunt, I mean, you just owe it to yourself as well as the deer to make a second effort and get in here. Yeah. You can see better in the daytime. Everything looks different, and you did really good.
Yeah, I was going to follow up anyway, but you really pushed me into it by being enthusiastic like you were, because I was feeling kind of.
Well, we sacrificed a hunt this morning to do this, and we were rewarded for it.
That's right.
It's a great job.
Thank you.
You bet. Murray, I see you got your Alice pack, yep, and you got your plastic bag, your knives out. You must be fixing to do the field quartering there. You're going to wommack it, huh?
I'm going to wommack it. I'm going to put deer in the bag. And this is, like you mentioned in one of your tapes, this is one reason why we try to stay in shape. Because even though it's a little dope, a few pounds on here, nothing compared to what you used to carry out back in the day on some of them videos I've seen. You ready?
Yeah, let's get out of here.